up, my gems? It's your girl, Nay the Gem. Period. I kind of hit them notes. Y'all, as y'all see, I'm back with another video. Thank y'all for tuning in. Y'all have been tuning into my videos, and I really appreciate that, like, sincerely from the bottom of my heart. I might not be able to comment back to everybody. I might not be able to say this all the time, but thank y'all so much for tuning in. It really means a lot to me. Like, genuinely, like, to be able to create content has been something that I love to do. Like, I've always loved creating content because I've been doing it for like the last 6-7 years. So the fact that there's people that actually want to watch me and tune in means so much to me. Like, thank you, Lord. Like, it's just a blessing. Like, what? So y'all see the title, y'all see what's going on today. I'm going to be talking to y'all about my postpartum journey as a first-time mom. So yeah, we gonna be doing that. Y'all enjoyed my birth story, and I really appreciate all the lovely, nice comments and the questions, and I really did try to answer them in the comment section. So shout out to y'all. Y'all real, like, y'all the real MVP. Okay, back itching a little bit, but Luxon is napping right now, and Dad is watching football because it is Sunday. So that being said, this is the perfect time for me to go do what I need to do. And of course, in this video, I will have a few clips insert in this video so that y'all can see exactly what I'm talking about and stuff like that. Let's get into my postpartum journey. So literally, I told y'all in my birth story, so if you did not watch it, go back and check that out, because that was a nice little video, and you know, I kind of talked into the detail. You kind of seen like a lot of in detail type of stuff. Like, y'all got to see my baby come up out of my vajayjay. Don't be worried about it. Don't be worried about it. Like, I had to share that because there's people out here that really need to be educated in that type of stuff, especially the first time mom. Please, as a first time mom, take you some birth classes, study, don't be scared, and be open, and take care of yourself, and drink lots of water. And I'm failing to do that right now, but I got my water right here. Let me take a little drink. Let's talk postpartum. Honestly, my postpartum journey was, I'm gonna say, very different, of course, because postpartum was a pretty long journey. But we talk about the physical postpartum, then we talk about the mental postpartum. Like, there's so many different parts of postpartum that you really just gotta educate yourself on. And for a long time, I was suffering from some postpartum and did not realize. But we gonna get into that after the point. Woo! And it's crazy that I'm really opening up about this, because I was really to myself about this postpartum journey. I did do one video on our couples channel about it, but like, I did not really go into detail. But today I'm gonna tell y'all exactly how I felt, because I'm in a better place now. Like, I'm in a way better place, and I'm not a very depressed individual, because as you guys know, I lost my mom when I was 15, and I felt the depths of depression during those times. Like, I was wanting to not be on earth no more. Like, I know exactly what it feels like. I know what I be feeling like during the moment. So if I was depressed, I'd be able to identify that. So yeah, and I think that you guys should definitely know when you are depressed and how to identify those things, and find somebody, even if it's not a professionalist, find somebody that you feel confident in, that you can confide in, and also journal. I'm telling y'all, I always say something about journaling. Like I said, I've been journaling since I was literally 9 or 11, I can't remember, but I've been journaling for so long in my life, and I think it's so important, because being able to express to yourself so you understand how you feel is so big. There's a lot of people that really don't even know how they feel, and I feel like that can cause you to be so numb with a lot of things. Birth, postpartum. I'm gonna tell y'all some things that they probably don't tell you. Hemorrhoids, and hemorrhoids is number one.
How's your pain level?
It's like a 4.5.
Okay.
It's my bottom.
Your bottom. Yeah, like your tailbone almost, like you fell down and bruised your butt.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So you do have Tylenol and Norco available for you. Because your liver enzymes were high, one of the reasons why you're on magnesium, we can't give you any ibuprofen though. Okay.
Okay.
But if you want Tylenol or Norco, I most definitely can give that to you.
Okay. Hemorrhoids come from you straining to push. Everybody does not get hemorrhoids, but most of the time you do get hemorrhoids. And if you don't know what hemorrhoids is, you get them around your booty hole. Woo! And it also makes it very difficult to take those first poops after birth, and you have to poop. Like, they want to make sure that you are able to poop, and that was literally one of the most difficult things. I remember having a breakdown postpartum And when I got home, because I was struggling so bad to use the bathroom, to do number 2. It was so painful. Like the front didn't even hurt. Because I told you I got stitches, but the front wasn't even hurt. It was the back. The back was in a lot of pain. And then on top of that, when you are straining to do number 2, it can cause your hemorrhoids to get a little bit more inflamed. My hemorrhoids, they bled, everything. Like it just was a lot going on. So there's really not no way to avoid hemorrhoids that I know of. I'm not a professionalist. I just went through birth before. And I'm not gonna lie to y'all, I'm expecting hemorrhoids again. I was doing a lot of unnecessary pushing though with Luxon. Like at the birth center, I literally was pushing for so long and I did not need to because he was not ready to come out exactly. So I was doing a lot of straining and pooped on myself, but that's okay. That's nobody's business. I mean, I just told y'all, so now it's y'all business, but I'm just being transparent. I'm just being honest. So yeah. If we're talking like after Luxon came out, I had such a hard time standing up, not because of my legs, but because of my core strength. It literally felt like someone took my stomach away. And I was telling Derek, I was like, it feels like I have no stomach. Like it feels like it's gone. Like I felt so winded, and it felt like, have you ever been like so hungry for so many hours, like, and you just feel like so weak? That's exactly what I felt like. I felt so weak, and it kept making me feel so lightheaded to the point to where like, and I was eating a bit. Like I was eating the hospital food. It wasn't the best food, but I was eating like what I could from them. And I just felt so winded. And on top of that, you guys, y'all know I was breastfeeding. I breastfed Luxon for a year. He's now on plant-based formula if anybody cared to ask. I breastfed him, and I feel like that also was taking a lot of my energy. So like literally, if y'all look at these clips of me in the hospital, I can barely even talk. Like needing to prepare myself to say words, like winded, like.
Yo, mama finally got up out the bed. She's able to because she got disconnected from, the machines and things.
We're about to go to now our 3rd room, the postpartum room. This should hopefully be our last room and stuff like that. Y'all, I'm ready to go home. But of course, once everything is okay, to be cleared to go home.
Right.
And stuff like that. So, yeah.
I know y'all ain't seen much of that. She's been, holding on, being a soldier. You know what I'm saying? Being strong. How you feel?
I'm pretty exhausted. We've been taking turns sleeping and rotating our schedule and stuff like that because I have to feed him. It's actually time for me to feed him soon, but I gotta feed him like every 2.5, 3 hours. And also like my body's recovering, so it feels really weird because y'all know I low-key had abs before I had a baby, so it's like my stomach is like doing something really weird as I talk, and it's causing for me to use a lot of energy. So yeah, I gotta fill back in my core with air and oxygen because I used it all trying to get my baby out. So yeah, we're about to gather our things up and head upstairs, and then Bae has to head to our house to take care of our dogs, of course.
Being that you've been a parent for 24 hours now, what's some of the things that surprised you?
Nothing.
Nothing surprised you?
I'm just taking it as it is. I'm taking it day by day. Honestly, my labor experience really is what threw me for a whirl. Like, not in a specifically a bad way, or not specifically in a good way. But always expect the unexpected and be prepared and train your mental to be ready and train your body to follow. So, that's all I can say.
You did great, baby.
Thank you, honey.
That feeling there was so crucial, and it was so much to the point where I couldn't change no diapers like that. I could barely even move. I couldn't really toss or move back around because I was telling the doctor the whole time that my bottom is in pain in my, my gut area is in pain more than my vajayjay. So with that being said, like, it was just like, dang, like, can I, like, I just couldn't breathe. Like, that's literally what it felt like. It felt like I could not breathe. Like, and I just felt so helpless being a mother because, like, y'all, like I told y'all in the video, the hospital that we birthed Luxon at was about an hour away from home. So that being said, y'all know we had 2 dogs at the time, and Derek had to come home literally 2 to 3 times a day. I think it was only 2 times a day though. He would come home 2 times a day and feed the dogs, take them outside, let them outside, play with them for a second and stuff like that, because he was going back to the hospital. So in those moments that he was not there, I had to still get up, feed the baby. I still had to, if baby pooped, I had to go change baby's poop diaper. But Derek was literally doing his thing and taking care of Luxon when he was there, you know. So I just really had a hard time getting up. And it took me like, I think it was like the 2nd day, because we was in the hospital for 4 days. Because of my blood pressure, I did suffer from pre-eclampsia. And so that being said, I had to stay in the hospital because my blood pressure was at a pretty high rate. And they wanted to make sure that nothing happened crazily or anything like that. And basically on top of all of the hemorrhoid pain and the core pain and, you know, like a little bit of pain I had in the front, I was extremely engorged, like to the point where that was another pain strike for me. Like I'm like, can I have medicine for the hemorrhoids, the core strength, and the breasts? I need the medication for all of it. Like, I was open to taking the medication, but as long as the medication did not affect Luxon, pain-wise. Ain't that crazy? How I want to go the whole birth unmedicated with them when they talking about some pain meds. Bring them to me. The engorgement pain was so not only just painful, but it was pretty scary too, because like I'm in the hospital crying because I felt like I had like my boobs then. I was so scared that they would never go back to normal size because they were so big. Like up here was like extremely hard, and just like to the point where if I'm touching it, inflammation, like an extreme burning sensation. Like I'm pushing, leaving dents and feeling big old like almost rock feelings, to be honest.
Y'all, so today is June the 9th. We're still at the hospital, as you can see. I might not be able to hold this motherfucker up the whole time. Okay, he's still on it, so that's good. So yeah, it's June the 9th, y'all. We've been in the hospital for what? So we've been in the hospital for 2 days? It seems so much longer than that.
It's going on 3.
Going on 3.
2 days and 7 hours.
Yeah. So you guys, if you guys don't know, I am breastfeeding exclusively for baby. I do plan on pumping too. Sorry, I'm just a little out of breath. I plan on breastfeeding baby boy, and I'm literally engorged. If you don't know what that means, it means that my boobs are filled and they're in a lot of pain right now. We've been getting tests and stuff ran on baby, and we literally just found out that he tested positive for jaundice. If you don't know what jaundice is, you should probably look it up, because I don't 100% know what it is either.
But it's not too much to worry about.
Aw, my baby don't like me talking about him. But yeah, he's been cuddled up with dad for a while, honestly, because I had to shower. Truth be told, I ain't showered in a few days, so this was what I needed. But he's going to go get his circumcision done very soon, so I'm going to try to get some breast before then, so that I can try to breastfeed him one more time before he heads there.
I did not have mastitis or anything like that, thank the Lord, because I almost thought that I did. Every time the nurses came in, they was like, you have to pump, you need to pump, like, before you're hurting, you know what I mean? Like, they were telling me you need to be pumping, like, consistently, y'all. I was in there producing like a cow, do you hear me? But I'm gonna tell you one thing that I did do, that I feel like kind of did trigger the engorgement. I ate some lactation cookies literally right after birth, because I was afraid that I did not have any milk. I don't know what I was thinking. But baby, I had more than enough. It's so crazy, because like looking at who I was after birth with Luxon, I was just a scared little frail little mommy, and just pretty nervous about everything and just trying to figure things out. Of course, like it's a miracle, to be honest. Like I'm so grateful for her. Like look at her, like oh my gosh, I'm so proud of her. I always knew I wanted to be a mom, and I always knew that, like, of course I had those motherly instincts in me. And I knew that I always wanted a motherly relationship like I had with my mom. Like, my mom was somebody that was willing to die for me. She was literally so loving, and she was so good at displaying how much that she did love her children. Like, Like, we were her number one priority, and I knew that when I did have kids, I was going to be the same exact way, and I'm going to go so hard for my kids, like, it's not going to make any sense. Woo! Woo, 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 woo. You know, I spent my time in the hospital or whatever, you know, like I said, 4 days, we made it, I was good. You know, I still had swollen breasts when they sent me home, but that's okay. I still have my hemorrhoids when they sent me home, but they can't heal hemorrhoids. And they do say that you can push the hemorrhoids back up into, you know, but we ain't gonna get it on that because that's a lot. But I did try. I'd be lying if I said I didn't. Because I was like, these hemorrhoids gotta stop. Especially when they started bleeding. Whew. They don't tell you about that. They don't tell you about that, baby. They don't tell you about that. The first time mommies you watch it, they don't tell you about that. I feel like the realization of postpartum literally hits you when you are leaving the hospital.
My son's about to be coming home with him mom and him daddy to him house. To him house. It's his house, y'all. Not mine, not hers. Nah, it's all lies, y'all.
Y'all, so babe brung in the car seat. You know, every time you go and have a baby, you gotta make sure that you have the car seat because they're not gonna let you take your baby home. And we gotta take our baby home. As you guys know, we are getting even closer to leaving. It has been a very, very, I wouldn't trade these moments for nothing. Even though we've been in this hospital for like 4 days, to make sure that I'm good and that he's good, I wouldn't trade it for nothing. I'm honestly very thankful. Y'all, I'm about to get ready to feed baby before we hop in this 55-minute car. All right, 55-minute car ride.
Brother, come check so we can get cleared all the way. Green light go. Cars downstairs waiting on us.
I rolled in the back seat with Luxon because I just wanted to, you know, be there, see what's going on, make sure he's okay, be there for my baby and stuff like that. Like I said, I lacked a lot of core strength, so it took me a minute to get in the car. And my bum was hurting.
You know, we got mama in the back seat with Luxon. She had to sit back here with him, you know, so he could be comfortable on the ride home. We got a long ride home, y'all, so y'all buckle in.
So when I went home, I didn't have a derriere pillow, but I will recommend you get one for traveling if you do suffer from hemorrhoids after birth. Get you a pillow for your bottom so that you can be okay traveling in the car, because it is very discomforting and it's not something that you are going to enjoy doing, sitting in the car, but you're also not going to enjoy staying in the house. So that's just coming from me. And I love being outside. I hate being in the house, and I feel like that's another thing that affected my postpartum, but we're gonna talk about that. So yeah, we traveled home or whatever, y'all. I cried literally the whole way. Many reasons why I did cry, because it was a realization like, damn, I had to take this baby home and nobody is monitoring me to make sure that everything is going right, to make sure that, you know what I mean, how do I know that I'm equipped for this? Like, am I built to be a mom? Am I ready? Is the baby gonna be okay with me? Like, stuff like that. So that was the many different concerns that I did have right in the backseat. Like, it was an hour ride and I cried in the car. I didn't even want to tell Derek that I cried the way that I did because I didn't want him to be concerned about me, but it was just a big realization. Like, it was a lot for me. Like, woo! And I feel like that's one of the, I know I'm not the only mom that felt this way, because it was just like, I can't be, because that's just like a big wow moment. Like, damn, I'm going home and this baby really mine, and the nurses and the doctors is not going to be coming in here to make sure that I'm equipped for this or whatever.
I look a fucking mess right now.
It's all good, babe. You just had a baby.
Boy, I had a baby what?
3 days ago.
Yeah,
3 days ago, y'all. Baby had a baby, but we home now, y'all. So my son's about to meet him room and meet him home. You need help?
Oh shoot, I'm still in the seatbelt.
Oh man, y'all know she ain't been in the car in a long time. She don't even know she's in the seatbelt, y'all.
Bear with me. Feel this real quick, man. Y'all, I had to pump some milk in the car.
Mom life.
Yeah, mom life. Ooh, way out.
Lux is in there. I'm about to get him out of there.
I'm gonna grab his bag.
Alright.
I literally was so emotional about it. Like, just being a mom and just being able to be there with my kid was everything for me. I would say I did suffer from some minor postpartum depression, just a little bit. And it took about 3 months for me to realize that. I used to wake up in the middle of the night whenever I would be feeding Luxon for his middle of the night feeds during his newborn stage. I literally remember feeling like this all the way up to 3 months. And this is my own personal, reason why I was like this. And it makes me so sad to think that I was just operating in so much fear like I was, because I was terrified. One thing that was really big to me was that I would just look at him, and especially when he was sleeping and stuff like that, and I would just have some of the biggest breakdowns, and it just would break me so bad to the point to where I just was terrified. And it was mainly because I was just thinking, as if I ever left this earth and left my baby behind, how would I expect him to be able to carry on his life? Just understanding what I went through and my trauma went through, and just looking at him and realizing, oh my gosh, I love him so much. I would never want to leave him. I never want to leave him alone, to have to face this life by himself. And that's when I realized, okay, my mind, my mental is not in a pretty good space. And I was having these thoughts pretty often. Never suicidal, never homicidal or anything like that. But just very somewhat borderline depressing type of energy that I did have. And I was very in denial about it. I didn't want to tell anybody, but one time I was just up the whole night. I stayed up all the way from when he woke up that first time. I was barely sleeping. But when he woke up during the time, and I remember this being exactly 3 months, because I was on Instagram and I wrote a long message about him and stuff like that. And I will never forget how I felt or whatever, and the things that I was saying. I was up for hours just thinking about, oh my gosh, if I ever leave this earth, I don't want my baby to be alone. So that had really destroyed how I felt for a while. But now it probably took it took about 4 months, and I finally was getting in a good space and stuff like that. But like I said, I was able to track when I was extremely depressed, and stuff like that. So that's very, very important. You have to know yourself. You have to have yourself a comfort zone. You have to have somebody that you can confide in, literally, because that is going to be everything. Because life is really hard, especially becoming a mother and transitioning to that lifestyle. That is not an easy transition and stuff like that. And I feel like mothers feel it a lot quite differently than fathers or grandmothers or granddads and stuff like that, because you carry the child, you birth the child, and now you're here with the child, and you're willing to protect the child with whatever you have and everything you have inside of yourself. Camera died, unfortunately, but I'm gonna go ahead and close out this video. I really hope that y'all did enjoy this video. If y'all have any questions or comments, anything that y'all want to comment down below, go ahead and do that, because y'all know I'm always gonna be watching and peeping. I'm gonna be responding too. I ain't gonna do y'all like that. So yeah, thank y'all so much for tuning in. Continue to stay blessed, never stressed, and continue to be positive, loving people, because life's short. Enjoy yours. And yeah, we out of here, my gems. Peace.